What's going on? What's going on? Welcome on into the 4-1 podcast. Custom Creations. How you doing out there? Drop it in the comments and let me know where you are calling from. If you're out there on Facebook, I've got to make sure I get it right. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, the live Twitch. Drop it in the comments and let me know where you are calling from. Got a couple announcements to make tonight. Some very important announcements to make tonight. We have Design Dolls coming in the building tonight on a 411 podcast. So we have Georgia in the building tonight. That's what's up. All right, let's get right on into the song of the day. So, it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Mr. Teddy Pendergrass. Song that I love. You know, I was thinking about which ones would I pick for tonight, and the song that really just takes me to a whole nother place is Come Go With Me. I mean, he has so many different songs out there, but that particular one, when I hear that song, it definitely takes me to another place. So I need to get my playlist together, my In Love playlist together. So for those of you, let me know what your favorite love song is. Where you coming from these days when it comes to music that you got in your playlist. I need to get mine together. So let me know what song, and it doesn't have to be old school. When I think about old school love songs, this is definitely one that I would definitely be playing in rotation. But, you know, something modern, something current. If there's a new song out there or a song that takes you somewhere, such as this one does, Come Go With Me, Teddy Pendergrass, 1979 off of the Teddy album. Yeah, let me know what your favorite love song is. And, you know, of course, let me know what your favorite Teddy Pendergrass song is. And happy birthday, Teddy. Rest in peace. I'm right there. All right, now. So let's go ahead and talk about some people who support the 4-1 podcast. I got an announcement to make. So yesterday we had a big of an issue with TikTok, and something happened that I did watch my own replay, and I didn't say anything negative. I didn't say anything horrible. I thought I did, but I had to go back. I was like, did I really say anything bad? But I didn't say anything bad. Unfortunately, things are not right over on TikTok world. So I think that I'm going to make a decision to exit from TikTok. So I got to figure out a couple things with the people of TikTok to make sure that things are taken down appropriately. But for those of you out there, if you follow me on TikTok, stay tuned because there's going to be something new coming. I don't think that this is a place for me at this moment. Every time my guests come on, I think I've been penalized because my guests, I can't control other people. I can only control what comes out of my mouth. But sometimes we get people that come on and they say some things that are a little jacked up, and we've had some buns and we've been kicked off multiple times. So I think yesterday was the straw that broke the camel's back, if you really want to say that. So it's been broken down, and I think it's time for us to move on to something different. So stay tuned. We're just getting ready to open up to another chapter. When one door closes, the next one just might be open. And stay tuned because I ain't worried about it. I want to say what's up to Belle Loren Cosmetics. Thank you for supporting. Check out my friend Miss Shanti Refuge. She has some journals to help get your mind right. Check her out. And also, I want to say a very special thank you to Miss Vishayla. So from Vishayla Jewels, I am rocking the jewelry from Vishayla Jewels tonight. So if you want to check out Vishayla, you can check her out at VashaylaJewels.com. And that is VASHALAS Jewels.com. And if you want to contact Vishayla directly, that is 440 252 2479. Again, that's 440 252 2479. You can email at sales@vashalajewels.com. That is sales@vashalajewels.com. So I love this piece. I fell in love with it. And I'm so thankful that, you know, Vashayla was able to sponsor the jewelry that we have rocking on the 411 podcast tonight. So thank you so much, Vashayla. And can't wait till you come back on the 411. She's on at least 2 times already. So thank you for that. Also, Miss Rebel Joel, all the way from the UK. I want to say what's up to people out there in the UK for supporting. And I want to take it to my home state, New Jersey. Shout out to Miss Gina Smith. If you want to get your adulting on, check out Gina's Events of Love 2022, all the way from Camden, New Jersey. Thank you so much for your love and support. Miss Sheila Brown, y'all go ahead and check her out as well. Neek from Coral LLC, check her out and everything that she has going on. And also, I want y'all to follow me on over tonight. So we have Mr. Alex Coquito. Go to his YouTube page. That's Alex Coquito. That's COQUITO at 12 p.m. midnight because it's daylight savings and all that stuff going on. But 12 p.m. midnight, check him out. Check me out on Midnight Vibes. I'm the co-host of his show, Midnight Vibes. And we're going to talk some music tonight. We're going to talk some social media issues tonight. We're going to speak about a lot of great things. So check me out on Midnight Vibes at midnight at Alex Coquito on YouTube. Also, a very special shout out to Ty, the natural. She gets all of the ladies together with that natural hair. Definitely doing her thing there. And also, we need to go to Georgia again. You know, ATL, Miss Lachelle Williams. Thank you so much for your love and support. Check her out. She has a book called Perfidious Agenda. It's a good one. Y'all definitely want to check that one out. And for people out there on Facebook, please tag your friends and let them know what we got going on inside the 411. And I want to say what's up to Lateriona. Thank you so much for everything that you do. What's going on, Miss Bethany Trent out there? How are you doing? So let's take this thing back. We need to rewind this thing. So I need to know, what are your thoughts? When you see somebody disrespecting their parents, and when it comes to disrespect, it can come from so many different forms. And I've seen them all, straight up, being honest. I've seen it all. I've seen people yell at their parents as if the parents were the children. I've seen people physically hit their parents. Like, what in the world is going on here? Like, you mean to tell me that you and your brother jumped your mom? I got a problem with that. And I've seen financial abuse, stealing from people who have brought you into this world. So, what are your thoughts when you see this go down, when you hear about it? And furthermore, don't think you should really get involved with somebody who disrespects their parents. Now, we can cut out all of the physical, we can cut out all the financial abuse because most likely people in their right mind, they're not going to do that. But it's the verbal that could be a little tricky. You got to be careful with that. So, ladies, and this is specifically for the ladies out there, You talking to a man, you ask him what's his relationship like with his mother, what's your relationship like with your father. And if you don't get no good vibes, and this is on the first couple dates, probably really need to think. You probably need to exit. Stage left, stage right. I don't care what you do. Get out of there, do some backflips, because if they disrespect, like I said yesterday, the vessel that God has used to bring them here on this earth, what makes you think that they ain't gonna disrespect you? And typically, you'll see, you got a man that's very disrespectful to his mother, most likely he's gonna be disrespectful to you. He yells at his mother. Later on down the road, he's probably gonna yell at you. So what are your thoughts when you see somebody who disrespects their parents? Physical abuse, though. And this ain't nothing on TV. We see it on TV. I'm talking about what I've seen and I've witnessed and I've experienced with my own eyes and my own ears. What are your thoughts? When you see someone who disrespects, like I said, disrespect the vessel that God has used to bring them in this world. So for those of you out there tonight that might be in this situation, you might be struggling, you might be going through it, you might be trying to get out. Question I have to ask you is, do you have faith that things are going to get better? I mean, you got to have something when you go through situations, you go through some rough times. Do you have faith that things are going to get better? Now, let me run that for you. When we talk about faith, we talk about the ultimate complete trust or confidence in someone or something. We've talked about this before on the 411. So if you're going to have faith, better have faith in something that's real. At least that's my advice to you. So, people who've gone through some things in life, do you have faith that things are going to get better? And you might be giving it your all. You might be doing every single thing that you could possibly do, but you just haven't seen those tables turn yet. Do you have faith? And when I talk about faith, I'm talking about the ultimate faith, that one that is not wavering, that one that maybe one day I believe, the next day I don't believe, then I'm back on it again, then I don't. So do you have faith that things are going to get better? And remember, when you're going through this storm, when you're going through these trials, when you're going through this test, because that's what it is, remember that evildoers never prosper. My friend taught me that, and I really had to have that resonate with me. It's okay because you're in the moment right now. You have to be tested. You got to go through this trial. You got to go through this journey. Don't get discouraged, because remember, evildoers never prosper. At the moment, it might look like they shining, might look like they shining real bright and they got this thing on lock. But please believe that what goes up must come down, and there's going to be a point where you both are going to exchange. You're going to exchange in the process. They're going to be coming down and you're going to be going up. But this is what I have to, tell myself each and every time, that when that process happens, when that time happens, when somebody might be coming down, they might be settling into their spot because you can't be number one forever. And you might be coming up, you might surpass them, you might be on the same level, who knows? But it's that type of interaction. It's that type of forgiveness, basically. I know what you did. You know I know what you did. But at the end of the day, I feel no type of way about the situation, because I go ahead and I move it and I put it in the powerful hands of somebody who knows better. Keep the faith, keep it real, keep it alive. Just stay strong. If you know that you've been doing the right thing and you know that somebody's been doing you dirty, just keep the faith. Things will get better. Be smart during the process. Don't continue to do the same things that you did, thinking that you're going to get different results. So, we getting ready to go somewhere tonight. We have Sophia coming in from Design Dolls. This is her second time around coming on the 411 podcast, so we're going to go ahead and reach out to her and see what has been going on in her world.
Hello.
Hello. What's going on?
Oh, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. And welcome on into the 411 podcast, or shall I say, shall I say, we better ring this phone again. I don't know what happened.
Hello.
What's going on? Let's try this a second time.
Actually, lost connection for a second.
I was going to say, what's going on? And something happened. I'm like, I guess we better be calling again and checking this thing out again a second time.
Yeah.
So, where are you calling from tonight?
I am calling from New York.
Okay. Long Island,
North
right?
New York. Yes, correct.
Right. Um, Middle and beginning. What part? We don't have to say exactly where we're at, but
Well, I'm actually way out in Long Island.
so and
Yeah. Yeah, not too towards it. I'm far out, but not, out in the Hamptons, Suffolk County.
oh, I forgot about. Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
all about that.
Yeah.
And what's so great about it? What happens when you get to the Hamptons?
The restaurant. It's a lot going on with the nightlife. It's a nice area.
Oh, nightlife. So they do it up there. Okay.
Yeah.
What's up with this Fire Island? What part is that at? Did we that last
That's
time you were on?
way. I believe so. That's way out towards the tip, but I've never been there.
Hmm. Sounds like it's
But
a.
I've never been there even. And,
I guess it's a destination for couples.
yeah, it's
Okay,
supposed to be
romantic.
yeah, for when you have a little thing and a restaurant. But I got to check it out one day before I leave New York.
Fire Island seems like you're going there and type stuff. Yeah, like it sound like
But I don't.
it's like a nude situation going on over there.
I wouldn't speak on that because I haven't been there. But I'll check it out and I'll let you know my experience.
Okay, that's so funny. So let's talk about faith a little bit, having a little bit of faith. Let's switch gears. We doing a real hard transition. This transition don't make any sense, but um, the way the world is today, sometimes people can get discouraged. Sometimes people can get down, and when you turn on the news, you see all kinds of things, and then you go back into your own environment. Sometimes you can heighten situation at home point or heighten it at work if that's a toxic environment. So, do you have faith that things are going to get better?
Um, well, I'm not sure how many of our listeners are religious, but everything that's occurring now is actually like prophesied in the Bible. So
Mm,
I'm going to say the world itself is going to get better. However, your circumstances or whatever you're going through at the moment, it can improve. If you have faith in whether if it's a higher God or just have faith, in better days or better times or better situations itself, because not everyone is religious and, not everyone believes in a higher power. However, when you're going through something, you got to have some sort of faith in, positive things or that you're going to come out of your situation in, positively. But
mm, that's some deep words. I like it. So, when you say this has been prophesied, do you know exactly what part we're at? Would you say? Or you don't go into it that deep?
Yes. Well, it's prophesied in the Bible that there will be wars against other countries, which is definitely going on right now. Which
Mm-hmm.
you take up. In the Bible, it definitely states, people will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, headstrong, and that's exactly what we see today. You see a lot of unloyalty to loved ones. You do see a lot of disrespect kids to their parents.
Well, I
So we're
spoke.
living in as we speak.
Yeah, I spoke about that earlier too. Disrespecting parents when it comes to verbal abuse, when it comes to physical, because I've seen that and heard it growing up, and financial abuse. I know a couple people who have stolen from parents, grandparents, which is very disrespectful. But
Oh, yes.
when you hear or see those types of things, what goes through your mind?
Well, I'm going to go by my personal belief. And
Hmm.
I'm trying to, I don't want to be too biased because, like I said, I'm sure you have viewers that are not religious. Um,
Well, hold on. Well, yeah,
I,
I get that. I'm gonna just pause you for a minute. I get that, but
mm,
here's one thing that I have to say about people who watch or listen to the 411 podcast. If at any time there's something that is on here that you don't like, there's ultimately one thing that you can do, and that is just turn it off. Because we have
yeah.
had a situation with one of these platforms, which going forward, I'm no longer going to name them. But somebody must didn't like what I was speaking about or saying about. So, in any case, we exiting from that situation real soon. But it, it
Uh-huh.
it blows my mind that people have a right to say about something that's going on somebody else's
Uh-huh.
platform. Because basically, all you can do is turn it off. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to interject.
Yeah.
But
Um, I am definitely a believer in the Most High. I definitely do believe in God. And I feel like these things have to take place because God can't lie. These things have to take place in order for ultimately for all of us to live in this world, eternity for eternity. Because God definitely does promise that, we're going to be able to live on this earth, without having to worry about war,
mm,
sickness, bills, death. He did definitely make that promise. And like I said, the God I believe in is a God that doesn't lie. So these things have to take place. It has to be prophesied in order for us to get to our final destination, which is living in a world full of peace. A lot of people do believe that everyone goes to heaven,
hmm.
but studying the Bible, we are actually going to live on earth, a paradise earth. We're not going to be, living with suffering and everything. Um, so that's something to look forward to, and that's what I put my faith in. Um, a lot of people they have a hard time, because they don't have faith in anything. So
Mm.
they're just in their circumstances, especially if it's negative, and it's not getting better, and you got to be pretty miserable not seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. So
Mm.
I definitely have to, that the circumstances is going to ultimately change. Not right now, this second, but whenever he's ready, whenever God is ready to change these circumstances, it's going to happen.
Mm. Okay, that was real deep. Leave it, and I feel you on that. Mm.
Mm. Because, a lot of people believe that, the earth is going to be destroyed, the world will come to an end. If you own a house
Hmm.
and you have horrible tenants that's just tearing down the place, are you going to set your house on fire?
Well,
You're not. But you get the tenants.
yeah.
So God is not going to destroy something He created. He's not going to destroy the earth in which He created. Will He get rid of, the nonsense? Of course.
Mm.
But like if you have a home, you're not gonna burn your whole house down that you built from scratch. You just evict the tenants
Now you
or get
got
the rodents.
now you got to
The problem.
remember you got to remember who you're talking to, but I also have to remember that I have to be super careful because I be thinking some crazy things, and I got to be careful not to say things because I already got in trouble once.
You can feel free to say whatever. I'm very open minded.
But I'm gonna just go ahead and leave it at that. It all depends on
Never
it all depends on
and
who
every
you have
their
in your house. Is basically what I was gonna say. It all depends on who you got in there. but but go ahead. I'm sorry. you s-
Oh, it's okay.
Now you think about it. You got somebody in there that ain't right.
Mhm.
No, that that ain't right. I'm
But
sorry.
rather get them out of your house than burn down your house you built and you worked hard for.
Makes no sense at all. I
Get
agree
them
with
out.
that because when it's time to go, it's time to go, and that's on some real.
Mm-hmm.
So all right, so we went all over the place, which is what happens on a 411 podcast. I really can't explain what type of show this really is because one minute we talking about this, the next minute we talking about that. We're just that's what happens. So let's get to the matter at hand. I know you came on here to talk about your brand. So we have design dolls. We getting ready to do another hard shift, which I don't know how this happens, but we getting ready to shift to a whole nother level again. So let's talk about design dolls.
Yes. So I do have some new products that I'm going to be adding to the site. Yes, we definitely are still open to business. Um, I am a very, very busy person. I have a whole career apart from, my business, which I consider my baby. However, I will be adding new products to the site. And I don't post as much because a lot of times I'll post for some reason my post is flagged or I don't know what's going on with Instagram. They say it's inappropriate. And I always got to say,
That
I'm
is
selling this
crazy.
ice. I'm not selling that.
Half
So I've been very careful with the posting, but a lot of times I want to put up posts that where there's a young lady that's actually wearing the merchandise,
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm,
not saying there's a lot of women that's voluptuous or products is for all shapes and sizes.
mm-hmm.
Um, it's not necessarily for children, but I believe a lot of my customers they want to see how it looks, so I try to post with the merchandise on, people, but Instagram sometimes have a problem with that.
That's so
So,
funny that you would have a problem because
yeah.
I go through your page, I see it, and I don't see anything that's crazy. And
Yeah.
I talked about how we had an issue with another social media
Uh-huh.
platform that if you say something, it's not right, but it's okay if we show
Uh-huh.
D prints,
Uh-huh.
something that's supposed to be for children. This
Uh-huh.
app was made for children, but the adults definitely do take advantage of it because the ladies
Uh-huh.
love looking at the D prints on this platform with these videos. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Do you engage in some daily D prints? Oh, I guess we can't answer that. But I mean, when I'm scrolling through, that's all I see. I'm like, oh, okay.
uh-huh.
So
Yeah, I mean, there
this,
are other platforms that have way more revealing things and way more provocative things than my product. So sometimes I'm like trying to figure this whole thing out, and I'm like, but hey, I just went on someone's post and they were like showing everything, whether it's deep prints, you name it, and it's like I get flagged or in trouble with Instagram, and I had my actually had my account blocked for a little bit, and I just got it back. So I'm really trying to tread carefully.
that's crazy.
Because I have a lot of people that ask me, "Are you still doing business? Is design dog still doing business, it's just like I got to be very careful what I
Mm-hmm.
post because I don't want to be, blocked again.
Um,
So
are you on Twitter?
I am not.
I think you really should get on Twitter because they ain't gonna block you on there. You want to talk
Oh
about
yeah.
another site that is something else. You will have no problems on Twitter. You can post.
Oh yeah.
You'll be able to post whatever you want plus some.
Yeah. I said that. I said there's got to be another platform where I could post like my products
Mm-hmm.
and get flagged or blocked. And someone was telling me about a platform called Fanbase, and I was like, okay, I got to check it out. But yeah, I need other options. I need options.
So I ask this all the time when people come on that are in your, I guess, genre. That's probably not the right word, but you know what I'm saying. So, what is your most popular product and why? Why do you think it is?
My most popular product is a dress that we actually have on the website. It's called Temptation,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually have this myself, and it fits perfectly regardless of what size because I've had customers buy it different shapes and sizes,
Mm-hmm.
and it just fits to your body well, and it's also see through. So this just makes you feel sexy, okay? Like sexy, like you're on top of the world. It is revealing, however, you can put whatever undergarments you want under there. I personally wore PCs with the outfit, but when I say this dress is sexy, it's one of a lot of my customers' favorites. So you guys definitely got to check out Temptation.
Okay. Okay. Temptation from Design Dolls. So, can you go ahead and let us know what the website is?
Yes, the website is www.design-dolls.com. That's DESIGN dolls, DOLLS.com.
Very simple. Very simple. Now, you said you were on Instagram. What other platforms are you on?
I do have a Facebook business page. I've always been kind of like low key. I was never into social media, but of course, when
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to build a you get some sort of social media. So right now, currently on just Instagram and Facebook. However, I will be expanding Twitter. Thank you for recommendations and any
Mm-hmm.
other platforms. Um, if you guys have any recommendations.
So, Design Dolls on Facebook. You have her on that as well?
Yes, I do.
Oh my goodness! If you put
Sorry, look, it's one that I was actually blocked on both
mm-hmm.
for a while. I recently. But it's like crazy because I'm like scared to post something because they take forever for a response to unblock your page, and I'm just like, wow. But I just give out my business cards everywhere I go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get my brand out there as much as possible.
And when did you get started?
I actually started designing dolls during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
I think we discussed this before. I am a nurse, and the whole pandemic had a lot of nurses in a frenzy. And I was just like, I love nursing, but I know I definitely love like cosmetics, apparel. Like I love to play dress up, especially in the bedroom. And I said, this is something I've been wanting to do for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it took the pandemic to bring it out of me. I know the pandemic brought out of a lot of hustlers,
Mm-hmm.
but I you know what? Anything can happen any day. Stop putting, your dreams on hold stop making excuses, stop being afraid, don't be afraid of failure. A lot of people, they don't move forward with, building their brand because they're afraid of failure. Me, I personally learned throughout life, you can't be afraid of failure. You got to appreciate things because a lot of them that you make, it builds you up. You got to go through past that bumpy road to get where you want to be eventually. But I'm glad there's going to be, like I said, new merchandise to come to the site very soon.
That's what's up. Now, I heard key words. I heard key words in that last statement that you just said. So, of course, this is what everybody comes to hear. So, play dress up in the bedroom. Now, I know we touched base on this before, but for the new people that might be listening for the first time who have never heard anything about design dolls, so play dress up in the bedroom. How important is it for couples to engage in this type of, play?
It's very important. Okay. You have to spice up. A lot of couples, they get bored. It happens steamy in the beginning, and then when you live with your mate or you live with your loved ones, every night you going to bed in a grandma dress and a bonnet. No, you gotta spice it up. What works for the older generation, it don't necessarily work for this generation because your grandma would have that 90.
They talk about that.
But it's good to sit fresh and fun.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't like boring, and my significant other loves it, and it's fun for me. What works for me may not work for others, but it's always important to, not just your significant other, but when you dress up, you feel good. Don't you like to feel sexy about yourself? When you're feeling good about yourself and you're confident in yourself, it also, make others see it, attract others to you as well. You got to start with yourself first. And I love feeling beautiful. I love feeling sexy. I love playing dress up. So, you guys got to try it.
I agree. Like I said, everything gets hot and heavy in the beginning. Within the first 3 months, you really will know who you're really dating. So you putting it all on for the first 3 months, probably about 3 months, you're like, all right, I really got this person. So I'm going to just back up a little bit and show them who I really am. That's a crucial moment. And then also between year 2 and 3 is another crucial moment where people hit that little rut and they tend to struggle. I spoke about it a couple nights before that when you first date somebody, the first 2 years are very crucial, and you probably really shouldn't make any commitments or any long-term engagements, because when you first meet somebody, you're first engaging, you almost are on some sort of high trip. Hopefully I'm saying this right, but the endorphins that are released within the first 2 years will put you almost in a high or a trance state. After about 2 years, you start to settle in and it fizzles off, and then you can wake up and be like, well, who the hell are you? And how did you get here? So you got to be very careful. So now once that wears off, now that's when you got to kick it in and keep that thing going. And whether you have date night or whether you like you said, play dress up every now and then, whatever you need to do, you have to continue to keep that spark going. The same way that you got that person is the same way to keep that thing going.
And I agree. It's funny because I was asking to my dad today. Unfortunately, my mom passed away. We've been happily married. I mean, up until the day she died. I mean, going on vacations, like living their best life. A lot of couples, they do stay together for a long time. Convenience and financial reasons. I guess it's cheaper to keep her. But my parents always been married, and my dad, he dates a lot now, and he always says, well, no one could compare to your mother. And my mom had like a personality. We had the same personality, My mom would get dolled up. I don't even want to know what they did in the bedroom, but they traveled together, and my father's mentioned, from when I met her, it was like I was locked in and it never changed. But people do, like you said, it does fizzle off. It does, I mean, I'm not saying you have to walk around and stay dolled up because it's unrealistic, but don't get boring.
I like to think
Don't get little,
I like to think unrealistic sometimes.
mhm, yeah. For your now and again, don't plan it. Just let it be random,
Hmm.
spontaneous, and live your best life. Life is short, so live it and have fun. You know,
I agree.
yeah.
Sophia from Design Dolls in the building tonight on a 411 podcast. If you could just do me a favor and let everybody know where they can follow you at and list all your social media platforms and all of that good stuff.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, you can follow me on Instagram at Design Doll. I am also on Facebook as well, Design Doll. And my website is www.design-dolls.com.
All
Check it
right.
out and you'll like stuff.
Now you said the ladies. Now, I mean, no, not the ladies. Excuse me. You said the fellas, which every time these stores come on, you always have something for the ladies, but you really don't have anything for the men. So I think it's very interesting that you said for the fellas because you don't sell anything for us, do you?
No, but that is something that has definitely been brewing in the pot because the same way ladies like to get dolled up and want to look good, y'all need the same thing. You fellas shouldn't be left out. I agree.
Well, I could get myself into some trouble, but there might be a certain type of fellow that might engage in your website, but I think we just need to move on before we take this down a
Oh,
whole nother
it's
we,
for the so.
we'll, we'll get into burning questions. So now it's burning questions. This is a segment of the show where I basically flip it and put my guest in the hot seat. So the question that I'm getting ready to ask basically really has nothing to do with what we have been talking about. It's just total randomness, what we have going on here. My guest is going to give their opinion. I'm going to give mine. If you're out there listening, you're watching a replay, you go ahead and drop it in the comments and let us know what your thoughts are on this. So, burning questions. Now, what is your reaction like when you might be engaging with somebody and or basically might be minding your business? Let's take it this way. You're minding your business and somebody else is engaging and are going back and forth. What is your like when they pull you into their BS? Basically asking your opinion, asking you to jump in and what do you think? And pretty much playing the mediator between some situation that had nothing to do with you. What's your reaction like when that happens?
It's definitely annoying because you guys, well, if you try to mediate, sometimes they might not want to hear what you have to say. Okay,
Hmm.
and it has personally make me angry or piss me off because you asked my opinion. Some people don't like the truth or your opinion, and I kind of look at it like, well, why you asked me in the first place? If you would have me out of it, and then 9 times out of 10, this happened to me before. You're trying to play the mediator, they get pissed off about what you have to say,
Oh,
and the
absolutely.
same two people arguing or fighting, they end up the best of friends later,
Yeah.
but they're pissed about what you say.
I agree with that. I'll just think about things from my past life. Like, listen, I'm going back and forth with you because we got a situation. I didn't ask you to ask your friends to jump in and say something because now, at this point, I want to go upside your head and their head because, listen, they ain't got no business jumping in this situation. And I don't know why you insist on bringing people in to this
Mm-hmm.
situation. Like if two people got something going on, they really need to figure that out between themselves. Don't bring an innocent person in. Don't bring somebody in to have their opinion. And how about when you are engaging, right, with somebody and you are having a disagreement or working it out, whatever way you need to do it. And then here comes somebody else jumping in, telling you what you should and shouldn't do.
Exactly. Exactly.
Sometimes I gotta pray. I gotta pray about it because the ultimate disrespect.
You know when I see that, what I try to do is I try to like discreetly disappear, and it's like I just try to stay out of it.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be bothered because, like I said, sometimes people want to hear or like your opinion.
Like if people are going back and forth, right? Just let them go back and forth when nobody asks you your opinion at all. I get that that might be your friend. I get that you might care about that person. You might not like what the other person's saying to them. But if that has nothing to do with you, you need to not include yourself into it, especially in some couple business. If you don't take your single ass somewhere and sit down somewhere and stop trying to get into grown folks' business, that's the reason why you probably are single because you ignorant and you jumping into some situations that really you ain't got no business in. Char baby. Char baby says, I tell folks to mind their own damn business. You know, just very simple like that. I wish that 2 years ago I had enough wisdom and knowledge just to tell people to mind their own damn business like that. I wish I did. But mind your damn, and then a whole bunch of other stuff was in between business. But I feel you on that. Sometimes you just got to tell people like it is. But, you know, I guess the ultimate way to fix that situation is silence. And I know it's so rough. But when somebody starts to jump in and offer their opinion and starts to try to manipulate the situation, I guess, because that would be a good word to use. Sometimes you just kill them with kindness and just zip it up or agree to disagree just to make the thing go away.
You know what I learned from when I see? I'm wise enough and I've been through a lot of things to see the conflict from a mile away. So when I see it even headed towards my way, I'm in the other direction.
Yeah.
I'm just, I gotta go. I got something to do. But like you said, just mind your business. It doesn't concern you. So.
We're gonna pray for the one who always likes to pull people in on their conversations. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything new that we have to look forward to?
Yes, like I said, I'm going to be adding new merchandise to the site. Summer's coming up, the warm weather coming up, so it's going to be new bathing suits, new swimsuits, new apparel. It's going to get cute this summer, ladies.
Okay, all right. There you go. So go ahead and let them know one more to follow you at before we go ahead and get out of here.
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at Design Dolls. I'm also on Facebook. And you can head over to my website at www.designdolls.com. Design-dolls.com.
Design-dolls.com. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming back and chatting with me. It was good catching up with you. I wish you nothing but success, and I can't wait to see everything that you have posted on these sites. And I'll be looking for you on Twitter as well.
Okay, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Take care. You have a good night.
You too. Good night.
All right. Bye. All right, y'all. So there you have it. Miss Sophia from Design Dolls. Thank you so much for people who are joining in and supporting. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you're on Facebook, thank you. I see you out there. Char Baby on Instagram. Char or Char? I always run it in my mind. But thank you so much for supporting as well. People out there on Twitter, thank you so much. YouTube, D Live, Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, if you'd like to support the 411 podcast or Reading Between the Wines, go ahead and click that link above all of my social media platforms. I just ran the names. You can go inside the link and click on Volume 1.5 Deliberation Remix Journal, and you can purchase my new book for $7.99. You can go on to Shop Black Diamond. You can make a donation. You can do whatever. Anything that you do will help support the 411 podcast and Reading Between the wines, reading between the wines, and keeps everything rocking and rolling around here. Thank you so much. I always catch the end. Yeah, so go ahead and watch those replays. I definitely appreciate you, whether, like I said, people come in for 5 minutes, 30 minutes. Some people just come in just to listen to the burning questions. Some people come in the beginning because they want to hear the song of the day that I run. You know, whoever comes through, whatever you do, thank you. 1, 2, 10, 20. I appreciate everybody that comes through, and especially appreciate the people who watch the replay the next day, because I know sometimes it's a little rough hanging out here 10 o'clock at night. I get it, but that's what we do. We like to have some real deep conversation, and things get a little interesting after 10 o'clock around here. So usually around 10:30, these conversations get real deep. So thank you all for that. Now, of course, I have to thank my executive producer, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for allowing me to come out here and give y'all the 411 podcast one more time in life. Without him, none of this would be possible, and without each and every one of you out there, especially the people that do the things behind the scenes, people who DM me, people who text me, man, I truly do appreciate you. Thank you so much for all of that. Tomorrow, we have recording artists. You want to have a good recording artist coming in tomorrow. This is so great. Really don't want to miss tomorrow. We got some greatness coming in. Lonnie Lyle's coming in tomorrow. Can't wait to catch up. And I believe that he's done some acting in a well-known movie that I'm sure some of y'all watched in the 90s. Oh, I can't wait. Check me out tomorrow, 10 p.m. We have recording artists. Lonnie Lyle's coming in the building. We have a lot of great people coming up this year. I will tell you, we got some celebrity type stuff coming up here on the 411 podcast. I'm so blessed for the situation and the opportunities, but this is what we're doing. So stay tuned. Can't wait. Now, I want y'all got about an hour. Get yourself together. Take your little nap. Wake back up, set your alarm. Head on over to Alex Coquito. That is Coquito. Head on over to Alex Coquito on his YouTube page. Subscribe, like, comment, do whatever. But we got Midnight Vibes coming on midnight on his YouTube page. He's all the way in Puerto Rico, and I'm here in New Jersey, and we're going to run it. We're talking music tonight. We're talking issues with social media platforms tonight. He always has some crazy stories that he speaks about what goes on his island, and stories of Coquito. And man, you should see how the conversations go and the laughter that happens on Midnight Vibes. Total different show, total different vibe. Follow me on over to Midnight Vibes, Mr. Alex Coquito's page on YouTube. Midnight tonight, y'all. Again, thank you so much, people out there. I appreciate you. Have a good night. Take care now.